Guys, I was wrong, but not really. Let me jump straight into it. The protagonist of Belmont's Curse was supposed to be Sonia, but with the release of the new trailer and Konami's own post on social media, this Belmont is now called Rose. I have evidence of it being confirmed to be Sonia by Sony itself in an article called The Greatest Heroines on PlayStation. However, that article has since been updated, now calling the protagonist Trevor Belmont's successor, whom we now know as Rose. I am a little sad it's not Sonia, because it would have been cool to see her incorporated into the canon, but I know some people had mixed feelings, simply because they can't separate canon from not, but I won't get into that here. You can hear me rant about that in my previous video. However, I do wonder why they made the change. My guess is that they didn't want to mix in an old character into new lore and they just wanted to start fresh, but made this decision a bit later in the creation process, mostly because the visual similarities between Sonia and Rose are very obvious. I wanted to go deeper into one detail that was in the trailer, and that is the appearance of this character who looks a lot like Isaac from Curse of Darkness. It has now been confirmed to be him by Konami. I was very excited to spot this, because I actually really like Isaac. If you don't know who Isaac is, he is one of the two of Dracula's Devil Forge Masters in the 2005 game Curse of Darkness. Isaac is one of the main antagonists, aside from, obviously, Dracula. Hector, the other Forge Master, is the protagonist and who you play as in the game. Isaac and Hector both work for Dracula, creating his night creatures and being his right-hand men pretty much. However, Hector defects and runs away, marrying a nun who rescued him, Rosalie. Isaac, ever the worshipper of Dracula, sees Hector's betrayal as unacceptable, and he basically orchestrates Rosalie's death via burning at the stake, accusations of witchcraft, etc. Sound familiar? This is done just to ruin Hector's life and punish his betrayal. Obviously, Hector then wants to seek revenge on Isaac, so the whole game revolves around him hunting Isaac down. Isaac is also the brother of Hector's new love interest in the game, Julia. He falls for her because honestly she looks a lot like Rosalie. She's also the shopkeep and a healer. Julia actually is a witch. In the games, Isaac is a crazy BDSM looking redhead, while in the show he is portrayed very differently, but still with a cool arc. The only conflict with Isaac's appearance in Belmont's Curse is he dies 20 years before this game takes place, when Hector defeated Dracula and the castle came down. Curse of Darkness takes place in 1479, while Belmont's Curse takes place in 1499. To be fair, we never actually see him dead on screen, so maybe he somehow survived the collapse, or, my theory, he was resurrected. Right before Isaac's appearance, we can also see Carmilla with her infamous white mask, which actually inspired her facial features in the show. Isaac's presence begs the question, will Hector make an appearance? I am also still hoping for Alucard, especially with the Alucard outfit you can get if you pre-order the game. I've seen some theories of this Fallen character being either Hector or Alucard, but I don't think this is true. The Fallen is way too beefy. What are you most excited for now with this new trailer? What are your theories about who will appear in the game? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Castlevania content. Thanks for tuning in.